Hey YouTube, how's everybody doing out there today? It is June 18th, Thursday. We're just short of 1 p.m. We're about 76 here in the garage. We're really hot outside, 95 outside. This one actually says 77 in here. So we got the air going. Actually been cleaning up, so you guys know what that means. That means we're about done putting the pan in the car. Went ahead and I worked on this area here just a little bit more. I wasn't really happy with it. I had a little bit more voids in there than what I wanted. So, and it turned out okay now. Still gotta fix those areas that I showed you, and it's still gotta fix that. But for the most part, where the trunk's at, we're good there now. Got all my grinding done. That area up there turned out really good. Of course, you guys already seen the rest of this. Like I said, this area right here, very happy with the way it turned out. Got a little low spot where it comes around the corner there, where it comes around the bend. But I'm going to have to put a skim coat over this anyway, so it'll be okay. You can still just barely make a seam out, but I didn't want to get too carried away on my grinding and weakening it. So like I said, this will all have to be, this is going to get a skim coat, and I'm going to have to reshape some of this as it comes around the corner here. So, but otherwise I'm just really happy with the way this turned out. Been a long time coming to get this pan back in the car. The pan's not really complete by no means. Still got the jack brackets to put on, and still got to work those brackets down there. But for now, we're going to call it complete for now. Next step for me is to go ahead and get all this stuff sanded. Try to get everything with an 80 grit scratch. And I'm gonna mix up some epoxy. And okay guys, I've got everything ready for put some epoxy on. So I've got everything sanded, everything cleaned. It's flashed off a couple hours. And we're ready to brush some epoxy on. Right at 6 o'clock today. Take a look at the car. Got everything sanded down in 80 grit. Sanded down in this seam really well with the paint stick with some 180 tape to it. I tell you, I don't like to weld upside down. I don't like to paint upside down either. But this all be sanded and this all be done right once I get the car on the rotisserie. Again, this is just protecting it while we're in the work stage. All of that will be re-sanded down and sprayed with the rest of the car when it's on the rotisserie. I really like how the pan fit up against the frame. Got a few places right there that I missed. I'll have to come back and touch that up. This red was hard to do, laying on your back. This turned out real nice right in here. All this has still got to be stripped down and dealt with. So there's no reason to do a whole lot of body work at this point on it. Okay, YouTube, happy Father's Day to everybody out there. Just a little past 2:15. Okay, so we got the concrete sitting in the trunk area of the car, and we're getting ready to remove those bags and see what happens with the springs. Hopefully they'll stay where they're at. So let's take a look. Got 50 pounds sitting over the seat area, and then over the rails I've got two 80-pound bags. Car's actually down on the ground now, and sitting, maybe sitting just a little bit lower than what I remembered, but we're getting ready to take those out and see just how far she comes up. But I've got the shackles tightened down and everything looks normal again. You guys remember in the previous video, once I removed all the weight and I untorqued these, the spring was able to relax, and then it actually rode right up against the frame. I couldn't get it off the frame rail, but as you can see, I can get my whole hand in there now. So let's take this concrete out of the trunk, get this junk out of the trunk, and we'll see what happens. Okay, YouTube, got the junk out of the trunk. No more concrete. And everything looks good. I'm guessing what happened, well, I know what happened now. When I took this spring loose, it's exactly what I was thinking. These are torqued, and you don't really torque these until they're on the ground, until they've got the weight of the car on them. And these things are kind of like a big jigsaw puzzle trying to work them. The bolt, the top bolt has to come out this way because of the gas tank, and these things are a real pain, to be honest with you. But I'd cut the car down so much that I'd lost all the weight, and then when I undid the shackles that were preloaded, then it caused this whole spring just to relax, and when I tried to put them back, I didn't have enough weight in the car to get them to compress. So that's where the concrete comes in handy at. And I don't know if I overdid it on the concrete. I think I'm about right. And judging by my pictures before I cut the car apart, that's about, I mean, I've got about the right amount of space in here, and this is about how it was when I was doing the sandblasting on the car. And actually, when I was doing the sandblasting, I didn't even have the trunk in it. I just had, it was basically just the rails. But because they were torqued to spec, they didn't really move. I mean, they move when the car is actually pressed up and down. They'll move some, but there's not a lot of movement on these. But at least now they're not on the frame rail like they were. So and I don't really have them torqued down to spec, to be honest with you. What I actually did is I just counted the threads that were showing before I took them apart. I just counted each one of the threads, so it seemed to work out okay. These are not really the springs I plan on using for the car. These are the original springs that came with the car, and the previous owner had them re-arched. But I actually bought a new pair from Eaton that are supposed to be from the factory blueprints. It's supposed to be just like a brand new 72 Z28 spring. So, and I've actually got them put up, and I've actually got them all painted. They're nice. I don't really want to put them on the car until I get the car off the rotisserie. But for now, these will work. These will work just fine. Still got a lot of welding to do on this car. Got to put this this cross rail in, and then of course the drop-offs and quarters and all that. So we got a lot of work to be done, and I didn't want to actually put them new springs on at this point in the restoration, because I've still got a lot of grinding and everything to do around them. I'm pretty happy the way this turned out. So like I said, this is not the final by no means, but I didn't know if that was going to work or not, but it makes sense now. So okay, YouTube, I got the trunk pan all sanded, and went ahead and just put one coat of sprayed epoxy on it. Like I said, this is just one coat of sprayed epoxy. Real happy with the way it turned out. I tell you, this is hard to spray in here because of the quarters and everything. You can tell by the light reflection, like I said, it's going to need a skim coat. But up there where the body work goes, I'm just extremely happy with it. Like I said, it's going to need a skim coat down in there. You can see the spot welds still. But I mean, the black makes it look more exaggerated than what it is. But and then right here where my weld seams go, I'm just really happy with that. Pan just turned out really nice. Like I said, I'm just really happy the way this turned out. I'm really happy to get the springs back under the car. I was a little worried about that. I didn't realize, which it makes sense. Like I said, I didn't realize it was going to take the preload out of them. So, but I feel pretty confident that it's back like it was, and we can move forward with the project. So just want to say thanks to all my subscribers. You guys hopefully will like the tonneau cover project, and like I said, it won't be long. We'll be back on the Camaro. Not going to set it aside too long, just enough to do that, and hopefully I get my feet wet on painting and try to learn it and see how it goes. And when I make some more progress, I'll bring you guys back. Thanks.